The world is changing faster than most of us can process, and somewhere between the disruption of old systems and the birth of entirely new ones, we find the people who are actively shaping what's next. In this episode, we explore the mindset, the mechanics, and the mission behind those who aren't just reacting to the future, but creating it. With bold visions, transformative technologies, and a refusal to follow the beaten path. From blockchain economies to the reinvention of finance, from building inclusive ecosystems to rethinking what progress even means. This conversation offers a glimpse into what's possible when ambition means system thinking. And with that, Dieter, over to you.
And I'm very proud to have, an old friend of mine joining this episode for the simple reason I met him 10 years ago, and he just had left the finance ministry of Mongolia, where he was deputy finance minister, if I recall that right. And
Exactly.
he told me about his vision, what he wanted to build up. And by chance, I met him just a few weeks ago again. And yes, now suddenly the vision has become true. And in this podcast, we already talked various times about the power that small countries can develop. And Mongolia has a huge landmass, but only 3.5 million people, something like that. And so it's one of these potentially very innovative, fast-moving countries because, yeah, the ways are short to move things forward. So, Gan, give me a little introduction, on who you are and what you do and what you have accomplished in the last 10 years.
Mm. Well, I'm Gan from Mongolia. I have had a very colorful career in banking and finance, having founded one of the most successful banks in Mongolia, having invested into first time actually from Mongolia into some of our neighboring countries, which include China and Kyrgyzstan. And the broader vision being that despite the fact that Mongolia is a landlocked country, we still have some advantages and we could build our own future, never minding the geographical disadvantages. So Mongolia is sandwiched between China and Russia. I said in 2007, why can't we become the wolf economy of Asia? Why can't we become an economic miracle, given the natural endowments that we have, their mineral resources? And using those resources wisely, we could invest in the infrastructure, into our own people, and build the certain industries that could help us propel our economy to become, one of the richest countries on the planet. So Dubai serves as an example, and of course, Asian tigers, the miracle of the growth of Asian economies at the end of the 20th century. They were dubbed tigers. Gave me that idea, and so. Mongolia is on its way to become known as a wolf economy of Asia, and that will be certainly different from all the previous Asian tigers models in certain ways.
Well, we at Diplomatic World, we have quite close contacts with the embassy in Brussels, since we are since the institute and the magazine are based in Brussels, and so we follow very closely. And it's quite an amazing place, even in this changing global environment that is quite different from 2007 when you developed the idea.
Yeah. Well, it's been already uh, more than close to 2 decades. And hopefully, we will have something to show by the time when the wolf economy idea turns 20. Yeah.
Okay, I really wish you luck. You just had a huge investment forum in Mongolia, right?
It's called Mongolia Economic Forum, and it's a dialogue platform between Mongolian government and the private sector. Mongolia is a democratic country. The government is elected freely by the people of Mongolia, and we do have a very strong private sector. So about 15 years ago, we had our first forum, and we said we need to have the private sector voices heard by the government, and the government said, "Yeah, we do need to sit down with the private sector and our international investors, listen to their concerns and listen to their comments on the direction of the country, on the legislative and regulatory environment that we have, on all the complaints that we might have. And we do need to consult our international partners. We do need to consult with our private sector. And I've been one of the founders of this platform, and I continue serving as a chairman, executive chairman of the Mongolia Economic Forum. This year's forum, of course, was different in a sense that Mongolian government has just changed. So the host government has changed. And for me, the argument, of course, was it's a democratic system. It's not about a person or a team. It's about the system. So the international investors, our partners, and private sector need to see it, as such. We have our neighbors where leadership has been unchanged for a couple of decades. So, which one is better? That's a question that needs to be very clear in the minds of our partners. So, do they want someone who is there forever, or do they want the democratic processes and systems to be functional in order to determine whether you want to invest and deal with that country or not? And that's
That
again what
that
differentiates Mongolia from our immediate neighbors.
so that's always a question between continuancy or freedom or change, and change that also has big opportunities. You were telling about this function that you have with the investment forum. That's only one of the things you are doing. I think you're also a TV host, and what is it? Was it the Apprentice or the Lion's Den? I think you were in both, right?
I hosted 2 seasons of the Apprentice show. It's a MGN production. Yeah, so I basically go in front of the cameras and become a judge and fire people out. There are 14 uh, young professionals ambitious professionals who get to the finals, and I do the judging of the final 14 in both seasons. So the last one we broadcast in 2023. So it's
Mm.
been quite a while.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But in the meantime, your ADR Finance Group has also really rooted out and has become, well, kind of a people's bank. I think you have 400,000 shareholders, what's a lot for a country like Mongolia. Um, and including a lot of interesting new features and innovative features. You do a lot with tokenization, if I understand it properly.
Mm,
So, yeah, give us a little status update on that.
mm. So I founded a company called ARD in 2013. It took me 12 years to build it into what we have today. Currently, the company has 45 companies. So it's a holding company. 45 companies can be roughly split into several categories. So we have a banking division, we have insurance division, we have investment banking division. And then we have infrastructures. So we own one of the largest payments platforms in the country. We also co-own and hold a minority control of the Mongolian postal system. That gives us a physical reach into remote rural areas. Mongolia is the 19th largest country. We have 3.5 million people, which is probably, can fit in easily in one of the European capital cities or one district of Paris, I like saying. But the country is the size of the entire Western Europe, so 3 times France. So you can imagine unique challenges we face as various services providers, such as distribution of banking services. So that's why we thought that it might be wise to invest early in the physical infrastructure of the post and in order to utilize the efficiencies that it brings. And then comes the technology. We own largest core banking solutions provider. We own blockchain and AI developers. And we have an ecosystem under the listed company, which is called Crypto Nation. We own a largest media group, which consists of 2 TV networks, movie studios, social media platforms, streaming, video streaming service, and also largest weekly newspaper with free distribution. And then we also invested into a national lottery. So you have to remember that ARD stands for people, ARD, ARD, in Mongolian. And ARD's main objective or the mission of the company is to build the investor nation. So my idea was that since we have only 3.5 million people, we need to have everyone become either our shareholder or user or both. And that's what we've been aiming for, and that's why we built this platform, which sits on a single app. So we have a super app, which is called ARD app. And this app has, through this app, we sell all of our services of the above described companies with the help of Artcoin, which is our own blockchain-based loyalty program. Yeah. So it's a super app. So for your viewers and listeners, you can imagine Revolut, Robinhood, PayPal, Alibaba, and WeChat sitting all in one. Yeah. So this is what we have achieved, and this is what we are. This is what we basically show to the world and to people and say, okay, this is how we are going to be competing effectively in the banking and finance. And we own the largest crypto exchange in Mongolia, and we own Mongolia's first private stock exchange. So the idea of the wolf economy, which we talked about earlier, is to help Mongolia transition into a financial center. We want to become a financial center. We want to be a capital markets center for the region. And that's why we invested into all those innovative technologies and in the infrastructure.
And when you're telling me about this and in what parts of the Mongolian economy you rooted yourself, that's what I said is in another country, I don't think it would have been possible to become a stakeholder or a shareholder in the public postal system and to have all these, this widespread. It's like an octopus. You seem to have your arms everywhere, and I think that's something that Am I wrong? But I think that's something that is very typical for Mongolia.
Well, we have large conglomerates, and they will be usually owned by a single family or one person. And we have 110,000 shareholders. I have um, about 5% of this company, and I truly believe in the mission of the company. I want to inspire people to think differently and to help them understand that uh, things are built better together. And our motto was actually stronger together. And that was before Hillary Clinton ran for president in 2016. I founded this company in 2013. So
I think the slogan would sound much different when you speak it out in Mongolian.
Huchte Hamtta. It's Huchte Hamtta. It's double X, and I like about talking about this. Synergies that are created by bringing everybody together. So in terms of shareholders, in terms of our management and employees also being the shareholders, and also shareholders and employees being the users, us not being, working for anybody else but ourselves. I think this is the future. And that's why we are venturing into mining. Mining is a highly contentious industry, but I want people of Mongolia to have a stake in mining and benefit from all the proceeds of selling our mineral resources. So that's why we're entering into mining. Energy, I think, is a number one agenda item for many governments, many companies, multinational companies. Mongolia has a big territory. We have abundant sun and wind, but also we have uranium. Also, we have gas, and we have unlimited resources of coal. So we want to tap into those resources, build the energy sources, sell to China, well, which has unmet demand, and also build AI and blockchain, crypto mining data centers, and to host the big Western companies. They have a huge demand for data centers in light of growing AI and blockchain globally. So we are well positioned to help them meet this demand. And another area that we are launching into is smart cities. So Mongolian government has big initiatives in this area, trying to build new cities for our residents and have Mongolian population also spread out throughout our territory. So that means that there's a huge opportunity for us to also take part in this initiative and showcase to the world how the cities could be planned better, be smart, and be affordable, and pleasant places to live in. Yeah. So this is
Mhm.
three initiatives that we are zooming in at this moment.
So let me go briefly back to the field of energy. You said you abandoned wind and solar. Why did you do that? Because it looks like you have lots of wind in Mongolia and in some of your mountain rims, and a lot of space to deploy it. Why did you abandon it?
We didn't abandon it. We will pursue it, but I think we need to invest in the energy storage facilities. So the current technologies, battery technologies, allow for efficient storage of
Mm-hmm.
the renewable energy. But at the same time, we have also hydro. So
Mm-hmm.
Chinese are helping us tap into the hydro resources, and we will build a couple of different hydro electric plants in the coming decade. French signed a deal with uranium exploration company here. That means that at some point of time, at some point in the future, we'll also tap into peaceful nuclear energy that potential. And again, we should not forget about the potential of coal and gas. Given the rhetoric from Trump, I think it gives us a brilliant window of opportunity to tap into our coal resources and build some very powerful coal power plants with the help of Americans and Chinese, and compensate it or how to say it, complement it with wind and solar so that we have unlimited source of energy to meet the global demand for AI and crypto data centers.
So the
And
carbon.
given the fact that Mongolia is mostly cold, we'll save lots of energy on cooling for those data centers. So
Definitely.
that makes us very competitive compared to Africa or Texas.
Yeah. When you go into coal and this this kind of fuels creating a lot of carbon footprint. So this is no concern of you?
Well, it does concern me, of course, but Mongolia is still a developing country. We have 3.5 million people. We are squeezed between China, which puts, for the last 20, 30 years, it's been putting one coal power plant a week on average, every week, yeah. And then we sit next door to Russia, which is at war with Ukraine and under sanctions, and we have hard time buying their energy. Yeah? So it's gonna get in 5 months, it's gonna get very cold here in Mongolia, -40. We need to ensure our sovereignty and independence first. And of course, 3.5 million Mongolians are not going to definitely kill the planet. Industrial revolution happened somewhere in the West, and the most of the current pollution and global warming effect has been produced by the West, and we coming a couple of centuries later, being blamed for everything and not being able to even secure our own energy and being dependent on one of our neighbors forever is not fair.
Well, I don't think you are blamed, but and I think the heritage. You used to be a very powerful country. We must not forget it. Well, it was what a few hundred years back, but part of Mongolia once ruled at least a part of the world. We must not forget that. So you have a very huge heritage, and so definitely you deserve your role in the global economy for sure. But now, since we are talking about innovation, though, of course, your crypto aspect and your blockchain aspect and your tokenization is definitely a very interesting segment to talk about. Since you did a few very interesting things, I remember you mentioned this building in Ulaanbaatar in the capital city you made available well for everybody again.
Yeah. So blockchain technology is disrupting the world of finance. I think the financial intermediation becomes obsolete with the help of internet because there are no longer information asymmetries and that were a cornerstone for banking for centuries. And so blockchain technology complement in conjunction with internet allows now people to find each other and deposit, save money, or borrow from each other directly. So these are illustrated by various P2P platforms. So decentralized finance or DeFi and DAO platforms enable now people do it even without someone building the P2P platform. So this is the ultimate impact of crypto and blockchain. At the same time, the tokenization of real-world assets enables people to access some assets that were just a distant dream before. So we took a floor of a prime building in the center, in the heart of UB. This building became basically whenever there was a promotion ad about Mongolia, you see the building which looks like a sail. It's called Blue Sky Tower. We took the 9th floor. We tokenized each single centimeter of that building and listed those tokens on our crypto exchange. So this enables a person with $10 that his or she is able to invest now to own a piece of a prime real estate and earn rental income and benefit from the property value appreciation. So this is the revolution in a so-called democratization of capital. So the phenomenon, I gave the name of democratization of capital, democratization of properties, democratization of real estate. This is the promise of the blockchain revolution. And this is what we've been able to do, pilot in Mongolia in the past since 2017, when we started making inroads into blockchain and crypto. So imagine a brick and mortar bank. It has hundreds of branches, thousands of ATMs, thousands of people working in it. And now, with the advance of crypto, all of this becomes obsolete because all financial services, at least the retail financial services, can now be digitalized and can work independently of people. The money, bookkeeping moves to the blockchain. It's not any longer recorded, and the transactions are not recorded on centralized bank servers. They are recorded on the blockchain in the cloud. And that's what I saw very early on, and that's what we are pushing forward with.
Okay, so we are talking about now your progress in the last 10 years. So give me a very quick account on what you envision for the next 10 years.
Well, as I said, I think the Bitcoin being at around $120,000, it gives people now a certain level of certainty, that blockchain and crypto are here to stay. I think we will see greater disruption of the financial services industry as a whole. We see a convergence of crypto and stock markets and currency markets, commodities exchanges, agricultural exchanges, futures exchanges. They will all converge into one. So we will see crypto and stock markets converging going forward. And I want to lead in this initiative. I want to be one of the first examples on how we successfully lead this self-disruption. Again, we own traditional financial services providers, and because we adopted crypto and blockchain very early on, we are integrating them into one. We are working with regulators, we are working with legislators, we are working with the private sector and the best and most bold innovators globally, trying to see where the world is headed. Yeah, and the world is changing in front of our eyes. I think artificial intelligence has a huge disruptive power, which is being witnessed right now. I think it changes the industries, it changes the way we live, we work, we interact with each other. And I think we need to be ready for the next revolution. If we talked about fourth industrial revolution, I think we are now at the very beginning of the fifth industrial revolution already, after a couple of decades. So the time is accelerating and we need to be ready. We need to be alert to changes.
Well, and I understand also as a foreigner, I could invest in your country, right?
Exactly, yeah. You can easily download our app, the IDAX, the crypto exchange, and start investing in Mongolian assets which are tokenized on our exchange. Well, using Bitcoin, using US dollar tethers, and other crypto currencies.
Yeah, but not only I also could invest traditionally. I understand
Oh, you can open an account.
you are looking for
Yeah, you can
investment.
open a bank account, you can open a brokerage account and do the trading on the Mongolian Stock Exchange or UBX, which is our stock exchange. And But I would encourage you to look into IDAX. It's much easier, and there are no brokerage fees. You just pay the trading fees. I think the benefits outweigh the costs. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for this really interesting insights, and I wish you a lot of luck with your ventures. And I wish Mongolia its role in on the global market. And yeah, I really will look into it. And we, of course, at Diplomatic World too, we will continue to working together with you. And I'm sure that there is a lot of opportunity we can do together. Thank you really very much for your insights.
What a wonderful interview, rich with perspective, clarity, and vision. A big thank you to Dieter for leading that powerful conversation. What we heard today wasn't just about ideas, it was about action, vision, and responsibility in shaping the systems of tomorrow. Wherever you are in your own journey, as a founder, a thinker, a politician, a diplomat, or a builder, we hope this gave you momentum, clarity, or just a spark. And this was today and tomorrow for this time. We hope we hear or see you next time again. If you liked this episode, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hear you next time again. In this way, thank you and goodbye.